you're seeing now is not a scene from a movie. The year was 1945. Australian soldiers advanced with flamethrowers in hand, pushing back Japanese forces who were driven to hide deep within the dense jungle, cut off from supplies. The Japanese troops endured relentless airstrikes day after day. The Australians' aggressive tactics, especially their use of fire, struck fear into the hearts of the enemy, even when white flags were raised in surrender. The Australian forces often seemed unmoved, continuing their overwhelming offensives. Why such fierce resistance? The answer lies in a deeply painful chapter of history. It began with an Australian intelligence officer in 1943. His name was Leonard George, captured by Japanese troops. He was tragically killed in a brutal manner. Shockingly, the incident was not kept in the shadows. It was filmed and proudly displayed in local Japanese media, used as a symbol of triumph. This horrifying act wasn't isolated. Tensions between the two nations had been escalating for years. In February 1945, Port Darwin in northern Australia was heavily bombed by Japanese forces. Hundreds of tons of explosives rained down in successive air raids when Japanese troops landed in New Guinea. What followed was an unspeakable tragedy. These attacks fueled a deep sense of outrage across Australia. Later, when Japanese forces regrouped on New Guinea's islands, they faced an Australian army driven by pain and resolve. Many enemy troops either fell in combat or were forced deeper into the unforgiving wilderness. With no way out and no supplies, their fate was sealed. The Australian military responded with full force, not just through air raids, but also ground assaults. Flamethrowers became a symbol of their unyielding strategy. In those moments, surrender was rarely an option. The mission was clear: bring the conflict to a decisive end. Eventually, due to pressure and coordination from Allied forces, Australia began accepting formal surrenders. Yet, not all prisoners were safely returned in time. Some faced grim consequences. Looking back on these events, one can only reflect on the cost of aggression and the resolve of those who defend their homeland. The courage and determination of the Australian forces during this era remain unforgettable.